Hello everyone. Trieu Khang wishes you all a wonderful and peaceful day filled with joy. Today, we follow Trieu Khang as he pushes his body to the absolute limit, exhausted from lack of sleep, working non-stop and nearly collapsing under the heavy pressure of debt. Will today's endless effort be enough to keep the farm alive? If you're moved by this real journey, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what happens next. The morning light filters gently through the banana leaves, but for Trieu Khang, today feels much heavier than yesterday. Standing in front of the camera with slightly slumped shoulders, Trieu Khang's voice sounds hoarse and tired from lack of sleep. Hello everyone, Trieu Khang is back again today. First of all, I want to sincerely thank all of you who have been following and supporting me. Yesterday, I tried my best. I cut a lot of bananas, fed the wild boars, and prepared stock for sale. But when I counted the money at the end of the day, it still wasn't enough for the next debt payment. The bank reminder is still there, still pressing. So today, I have to push myself even harder. Trieu Khang takes a long, deep breath, their eyes showing clear fatigue. The message from the bank yesterday keeps repeating in their mind like a heavy weight. There is almost no time to rest. The payment deadline is getting closer every day, and this farm, the only thing they have, cannot be allowed to slow down, even for a moment. With that thought, Trieu Khang picks up the sharp knife and heads straight into the banana garden. The cool morning breeze still moves softly between the tall banana rows, but Trieu Khang's steps are noticeably faster and more urgent than usual. Today, I must cut more bunches than yesterday, not just enough for the wild boars, but as many as possible to sell this afternoon. Each time the knife cuts through a thick stalk, a heavy golden bunch falls with a thud onto the ground. Sweat begins dripping down their face, even though the sun has not yet risen high. While working, Trieu Khang's mind keeps calculating non-stop. If I sell this many bunches to the trader, how much money will I get? How many do I need to keep for the animals so they don't go hungry? Will it be enough to cover at least part of the interest? They pause for a brief second, pull out the old debt notice from their shirt pocket, and stare at the numbers. Nature always gives us sweet fruit after the rain and sun. But debt never waits for anyone, they whisper quietly. The determination from yesterday is still burning, but today it is mixed with visible, physical, and mental exhaustion. Their arms already feel heavier with every cut. After harvesting several large bunches, Trieu Khang carries them back toward the main area near the small wooden house. The load is heavy on their shoulders and their breathing becomes louder. I have to do double the work today. I cannot allow myself to feel tired. Back at the clearing, they carefully separate the bananas. Some high-quality bunches set aside for immediate sale. The rest prepared for the wild boars. The work that once brought peace now feels like a relentless race against time. Trieu Khang keeps glancing at the old clock hanging on the wooden post, calculating whether they can finish everything before the banana trader arrives in the afternoon. The familiar sound of footsteps near the pen makes the wild boars squeal loudly with excitement. They rush out as soon as they see Trieu Khang approaching. Trieu Khang forces a gentle smile, but today, that smile doesn't reach their tired eyes. Come eat, everyone. Eat well. They pour the fresh banana pieces into the trough and watch the animals crowd around happily. In their heart, a bittersweet feeling rises. You guys are growing strong and healthy, but feeding all of you every day also costs money. I have to keep working hard for all of us. The simple joy of feeding the herd is still present, yet it is now overshadowed by constant worry about tomorrow's payment and rising interest. Raising wild boars has always been strenuous, but today, every single movement feels 10 times heavier. After finishing with the boars, Trieu Khang does not allow themselves even a short break. The farm remains quiet and peaceful. Only the sound of wind rustling the leaves, birds singing, and their own labored breathing. They sit briefly under the big shade tree, pulling out the small notebook again. The numbers written there do not look any better than yesterday. The interest keeps increasing. Trieu Khang lets out a long, deep sigh while rubbing their aching shoulders. I really cannot slow down now. If I stop, everything will be lost. Without resting for long, they stand up and return to the banana garden under the increasingly hot sun. The heat is getting stronger. Trieu Khang continues cutting more bunches, even though their arms are burning with fatigue. Sweat soaks through their shirt completely. They carry load after load, walking back and forth between the garden and the storage area. Their legs start to feel weak, but they keep pushing. At the storage racks, they hang the extra bananas with hurried but careful hands. Must prepare more. Must have more to sell tomorrow, they repeat to themselves like a mantra. Their hands move fast, but the body is clearly reaching its limit. While lifting one particularly heavy bunch, Trieu Khang suddenly stumbles, nearly falling. They catch themselves on a banana tree trunk, breathing heavily, eyes closed for a few seconds. The green farm around them seems to spin slightly, yet Trieu Khang grips the tree tightly, slowly straightens their back, and continues working. Can't stop. The debt is still waiting. The farm is still here. I have to keep going for it. They return to the boar pen once more to feed the animals again. The wild boars are still excited when they see more bananas. Trieu Khang feeds them while their own legs feel like they might give out at any moment. Eat well so that I can have strength too, they say softly. For a short moment, watching the boars eat with such joy makes the tiredness fade just a little. But then, the phone in their pocket vibrates again. Another reminder message from the creditor asking about the payment schedule. Trieu Khang's face tightens. They put the phone away without replying and force themselves to continue. The entire day passes without any real rest, cutting bananas, carrying heavy loads, feeding the animals, hanging stock, calculating money. Everything repeats again and again, but with greater urgency and much less energy. Trieu Khang wipes sweat from their face countless times. Their back aches badly, their arms burn, their legs feel heavy like lead, yet they refuse to sit down for more than a few minutes. Just a little more. Push through today. Tomorrow might be better. As the afternoon light stretches long across the farm, Trieu Khang stands among the many banana bunches they have hung, looking at the result of a full day of non-stop hard work. They whisper quietly, "I don't know if today's sales will be enough, but I have done everything I possibly could." Suddenly, their knees weaken. Trieu Khang leans heavily against the wooden storage rack, breathing fast and shallow. For several long seconds, the whole world seems to spin. The accumulated exhaustion from working without stopping, worrying constantly about the debt, and barely sleeping the night before, finally crashes down on them. But Trieu Khang grips the edge of the rack with both hands, slowly forces themselves to stand upright again, and takes several deep breaths. Their eyes, though filled with fatigue, still burn with the same determination. "I can't stop now. There is still so much left to do. The debt is still there. The farm and the animals are still depending on me." The camera slowly pulls back, showing Trieu Khang standing alone in the middle of the peaceful yet demanding farm. Body covered in sweat, shoulders slumped from exhaustion, but spirit not yet broken. The wild boars have quieted down, full and resting. The banana leaves sway gently in the late afternoon wind. On the surface, everything still looks calm and beautiful, but inside Trieu Khang, the silent battle continues without end. This is the real, unfiltered side of farm life that many people never see. Stunning scenery on the outside, but days filled with endless pressure, physical pain, and mental exhaustion on the inside. If you have been following Trieu Khang's journey, your encouragement and support right now mean more than ever. Tomorrow will come with new challenges. Will the banana sales finally bring enough money? Will the debt pressure ease even a little? Or will it become even heavier? Stay tuned with us to continue following this real story. In this intense second episode, Trieu Khang wakes up already exhausted after a sleepless night. Still haunted by yesterday's insufficient banana sales and the pressing bank debt reminder, they push themselves even harder. From cutting more banana bunches at a faster pace, carrying heavy loads, feeding the excited wild boars, to carefully preparing extra stock for sale, every task becomes a race against time and mounting pressure. Despite the peaceful farm surroundings, Trieu Khang's body shows clear signs of fatigue, aching arms, heavy legs, and moments of near collapse. Yet they refuse to stop, whispering words of encouragement to themselves while battling both physical exhaustion and growing financial worry. The simple joys of farm life, like watching the boars eat happily, are now bittersweet under the heavy shadow of debt. By the end of the long non-stop day, Trieu Khang stands tired but unbroken, determined to keep fighting for the farm. A raw and honest look at the real struggles behind the serene farm life.